minutes to play. And it's going to be TSM starting on the attack and Team Liquid banning out a buck. You may think, wow, a buck ban, that's insane. Well, Latin America is a little less insane, and of course Achieved very pronounced history on buck. Loves the operator, loves the flexibility, loves the soft destruction. Not the biggest shock for me there. Nomad as well going to leave via the ban phase. Also, not that surprising, TSM, they do enjoy roaming, they do enjoy maneuverability and flexibility on maps. The Valkyrie again, so looks like TSM doing their own damage to Achieved on that one. We round it out with one more defensive ban.
Yeah, I definitely agree with the Valk ban coming from TSM. The LATAM teams really utilizing that intel and that information, throwing them outside and playing off of those calls. So I definitely like the call for the Valk from TSM. The Buck, on the other hand, you know, we joke about it all the time. Achieve needs Buck. This guy is nasty. He does not need Buck, but he is such a great Buck player. So it makes sense to me.
Going to hookah and billiards to start things off here for Liquid. Starting on the defense, SexyCake bringing up the Echo. So we have the availability of Echo and Mira. Seems like more and more now we're seeing Mira slip through the ban phase, and I don't really see why not. It's starting to work out, and honestly, it's changed the dynamic back to a little bit more of like a year 2, year 3 play style for a lot of these teams, and there's a lot of story history for both of these teams here. Liquid, of course, winning a championship back in year 3 for Season 7 in Atlantic City. So they're used to that kind of play style. They relish that play style. They love it. And then for TSM, while they may not have had the Pro League seasons under their belt as many as Team Liquid do, they do have a lot of Challenger League seasons and Underage League seasons for TSM.
Yeah, that's interesting. You bring up the Mira with the meta shift and going back to our roots. Every time new operators get released, you know, you kind of see a shift in the meta, and then players start to realize, hey, we kind of forgot about this other playstyle. Let's go back to it, and you kind of start to see it being brought back into the scene, and teams like it, some teams don't. So it makes sense. But here we go. Liquid starting on hookah and billiards. The real question is, where is TSM going to be entering the building, and how they really want to tackle this defense coming out from Liquid?
And we'll see if it's a bit more of a spread approach here that we've been seeing from a lot of teams on the attacking side. And the real question is what the presence focus will be for TSM. What is their pivot point going to be? Will it be VIP in a push through? Because Pojo is bringing the Hibana. Again, hard breachers on coastline, not the most necessary operators in the world, except for maybe when you're attacking kitchen, but you can get by without it. Or you can go Pen Theater over through luggage. What's the approach here for TSM?
I think TSM, I see a lot of players stacked on the VIP side. Liquid, though, is stacking Penthouse Theater, so TSM might have a problem gaining this map control. Yeah, that's exactly what TSM is going to do. They're going to take this VIP control. There's going to be a lot of contention points. The battle's going to be right here in VIP and Penthouse and Theater. Can TSM gain this control, and will Liquid be able to stop it?
Oh, we got PSK taking a lot of damage now, and Ping's coming out as he's stuck inside of the bookshelf inside of VIP, and Bolo will get the opening pick here for the grand finals. And now a second one bearing down on him. It's Paulo inside of Hall of Fame. Encroached upon now by both Merc and Bolo. More shots ring out and they connect under the chest of Paulo, but he'll be able to escape on about 10 HP as he retreats even deeper into Penthouse and Theater. A drone on a man downstairs. This is good work here for TSM. Pojo will take down Nesk. So there goes your smoke. Beautiful work so far for TSM entering in.
Yeah, TSM is doing a great job clearing out these roamers, gaining that control. They only have a minute and 20 seconds, though. They need to start moving quickly. They're going to be planting Aquarium. They got to rotate through luggage, get into Aquarium, and then start going for the plant. They do have a man advantage, though, so they're looking great. And I see a roamer on Team Liquid's side, inside of Kitchen. He's not really that big of a deal, but Liquid, or Palu gets the kill onto Merc. Not really that big of a deal. It's not really the end of the world for TSM. They're still doing great. Less than a minute, though. They got to move quick.
Yeah, the plant going down now from Pojo. There's no nitros to be played down from below, and a frag grenade goes soaring towards the Cool Vibe stairs, and it will down Paulo on his attempted retreat. So now it's just SexyCake pushing up the 90 hallway. Takes a while to kill off Achieved. He'll lose almost all of his health for it. And there goes Pojo cleaning that one up with the Canadian Roundel charm. Beautiful charm there, Pojo. I appreciate it.
TSM coming out swinging on the first round. This is what I like to see if you're trying to win this event. Great roam clear from TSM. Nice, calm, and collective. Once they got that control, they rotated over, got the plant down. Beautiful execute.
Absolutely, and that push from the far side, you know, Liquid trying to contest that, trying to stack bodies towards the VIP and Penthouse and Theater side like you were mentioning, and yet the entries for TSM, this is what we're going to talk about, the back and forth. It's the three-headed monster for TSM, always on the entry. We even got Merc playing Ashe now. This is an escalation of aggression for TSM, and specifically Merc. We've never seen him on the Ashe so far, today anyway. And for Merc to play Ashe, I mean, it's more flexibility, it's better firepower, doesn't have to worry about secondary utility. And that's going to force Liquid, just that one round is going to force Liquid to head down to the Blue Bar and Sunrise Bar.
Yeah, and the thing with TSM, all of the players have been just doing so well at this event, just playing their roles perfectly, and that's what you need. Some events we focus on one or two players, but all of these players have shined some way in all of these matches, and that's the reason why they're at the finals. They're just doing so well, and the support players and the battle-tested players, Jarvis and Pojo, who have been around for so long, just fitting in so well on this TSM roster.
Big fan of the Liquid setup, though. I really do like this spread horizontally here. We've seen a lot of top holds on the hookah and billiards area while defending Blue Bar and Sunrise. Just get picked apart really quickly from repels on windows. There hasn't been a whole lot of map control garnered by attacking teams, but they've still been able to decipher the setup and pick it apart with relative ease. So here for TSM, they're going to have quite the horizontal spread across the main floor where their objective is located, but they'll have some free top control early on.
TSM attacking this Sunrise. They know that these guys are going to be extended into kitchen. I think TSM might overextend through office, and out of nowhere, Bolo's just in the site. What is going on? How is he even able to enter? Now he's got control. Hopefully, the bomb is being planted out of nowhere. TSM making an aggressive rush and a rush plant. This might work out for TSM.
SexyCake able to take down two there, but a trade out from Bolo. Now we stand at a 3v3 in the post-plant scenario. Another one rotating down, but Pauly will get one. Bolo with 3 on the round now, looking for more. It's down to the 2v2. SexyCake and PSK collapsing from the blue bar in the kitchen area, trying to bring in some yokai drones. Drones on the attacking side being sent out as well. Bolo not spotting the yokai, coming closer and closer as the Jaws music amplifies. But now in the hallway, that's 4 for Bolo. Will he get the ace, turning the corner?
Give it to him!
Bolo!
Let's go!
Give him the ace, put it in the montage. TSM up 2-0.
The craziest thing about that is not only did he get the ace, but he was the first one to enter inside the site. I don't know what TSM saw. Maybe they saw something in VODs or they gained intel information, but the confidence coming from Bolo right there, I mean, he is just unstoppable right now.
Look at Pojo giving some props for that one, and that's a highlight reel play if we've ever seen one. Immediate entry for TSM, and the site control there for Liquid fell apart immediately. Quick early rally here for TSM as Liquid try to find their footing after being sitting in the bleachers watching the game for a couple hours. They might take a couple rounds to warm up here.
Since we've been casting these matches, at least on the main desk, every time I've seen a rush, it's failed. And normally once teams throw in a rush play, they fall back and go, hey, it didn't work. Let's go back to our original strategy and be a little bit more methodical. TSM, though, pulling it off. That's going to give them a lot of energy, a lot of motivation to push through the rest of this attack round. Team Liquid has to be demoralized from that rush.
Absolutely. You never really want to start the game off like this, just getting manhandled. And for now, it's another new bomb site for Team Liquid as they rotate in toward kitchen and service. And oh my, this has been a slow start and a challenging start here for Team Liquid. Certainly by no means out of it yet, but TSM continuing that same kind of momentum, that same kind of dominance and swagger they were bringing against BDS, especially early on Clubhouse. TSM looking strong early, hoping that Team Liquid can rally back and kind of warm up a little bit. Maybe it's going to take a couple rounds for them to feel TSM out.
Yeah, again, TSM, they are in attack. They have a slight advantage. They kind of get to control the round, the momentum, the tempo of the round. So it's not looking that bad for Team Liquid. Team Liquid just needs to start focusing up and getting at least a few rounds on this defense if they want to bring it through and take it through the final on the attack once they switch over. So TSM, great solid start, but Team Liquid, they need to start slowing them down.
The drone work from TSM is also impeccable. It's just a master to watch them clear the map with such swiftness and such efficiency. Looks like Bolo's going to catch someone playing cams at the top of the theater stairs. And again, our alteration here for Team Liquid as they try to find some footing on coastline. Might be a jump out of the theater stairs window, and it will be. There goes Nest, goes soaring on down. Gonna have to deal with some track stingers on the way back in and do a little bit of damage. But as he turns the corner, Bolo looking to trade that out, but he misses. Whiffing on the shots, and that'll allow Nest some freedom to escape.
Yeah, and there we have it right there. The core dynamic of the LATAM scene, just that aggressive aggro play jumping out the window. Good first pick from Team Liquid. That's a great start to slow down TSM, and that was the gridlock. So no smokes for TSM, and I think he only was able to throw one of the traps out.
I believe so as well. It's just the one by the main Lamborghini doorway. And a lot of top control still established here for Team Liquid. 2 members playing up inside of VIP, and TSM not bringing a whole lot to contest that, not taking a whole lot of map control to contest that either. Right now, a huge contingent of TSM members stacking around the kitchen doorway at the base of the Cool Vibe stairs. For right now, this is looking pretty solid here for Team Liquid to stall out.
Yeah, notice Achieved repelled on that VIP balcony. He's going to apply that pressure up top. TSM know that they cannot go for the bomb plant unless they have top control. But here we go, Merc just entering to the site. Moringo with a 2K though and stops the push. Right now, it's not looking good for TSM.
Achieve will bring one back into the favor of TSM onto Palu, but there goes Achieve. So now it's Bolo alone. He's got one on the round so far, taking down Nesk. It's a 1v3 now for Bolo to work out of, carrying the diffuser and low on time. Not a lot of map control either. He's got to worry about these kill holes from above from SexyCake. Moringa and PSK still playing the bomb site flawlessly, and Echo drones up the top of the ceiling, sprays abound, but inside of the bookshelf, Bolo unaware as he enters in, and there goes SexyCake again. As Parker mentioned, one of the standout performers for Team Liquid thus far, and they get back on the board.
Yes, great round for Team Liquid. They needed that round. When you're in the finals, you don't want to give any team a lot of momentum, and because TSM is on attack, that was a perfect round for Liquid. Moringa just stopping down that push, shows how powerful Smoke is in that position with that shotgun. And really at that point, Achieve trying to apply that pressure up top. It didn't matter because of the gunfights that were lost downstairs in kitchen. But you're right, SexyCake, he's been a big, powerful player in a lot of these matches. Really good in the clutch position. And yeah, good round for Liquid.
So we return to Blue Bar and Sunrise Bar, where the Bolo Rush ace had transpired just a round previous. SexyCake debating a 6-pick off of the Echo, but he'll elect to stick it. Jarvis, though, getting off the gridlock and heading to a Lion. This might tip off some even more aggression coming out from TSM.
Yeah, and they're switching off the gridlock, which means they're not going to have any smokes. I don't even think they had smokes when they went for that rush. They just entered, went for the plant, and got it down. That's so unusual to have that happen without any type of lines of sight being cut off. But yeah, we're going to switch to the Lion here. Maybe TSM has a pocket strat, or maybe they want to hunt roamers. You know, they can do a lot with this Lion. Very, very powerful on this map. But here we go. We're going back down to the Sunrise Blue Bar bomb site. This is exactly where TSM decided to rush. I have a feeling they're not going to rush this round, kind of take it slow. And Liquid, if they do go for the rush, they'll probably be ready for it.
Absolutely. A lot of kitchen presence once again for Team Liquid, and I guess they're anticipating a push from the east side across. Last time around, TSM neglected the top control. TSM neglected any kind of kitchen presence. They had one guy flying through courtyard, and that was about it. Everyone else was full sending into Sunrise Bar. So now for TSM, the focus is trying to replicate what you got. And for Liquid, don't allow someone to rush in and kill 5 people.
Yeah, Liquid holding and locking down that kitchen. That's a power position. It'll allow them to rotate to the main lobby if they go for a Blue Bar plant. So Team Liquid just needs to make sure they maintain that control. And it really just depends on where TSM is going to push here.
Looks like Bolo just sniped an Echo drone through the drone hole while it was moving. Quite the shot there, as I believe, yeah, SexyCake's only got one up now. Good work there from the IQ from Bolo using his utility as well. He's got a spot onto Moringa playing inside the door frame from Blue Bar underneath the default camera as well. He's also isolated Nesk's position, playing on the dock inside of lobby, looking through the kill holes into Blue Bar through courtyard. Second Echo drone now returning towards Bolo. This could be both of them surrendered early, but it's a 2-man stack for Team Liquid inside the CCTV area.
Yeah, Team Liquid, they're in really good spots right here to counter TSM's push. If they're gonna go for a Blue Bar, they're gonna have to get control of main lobby, and Nesk on that dock is real powerful.
Another EOD goes off, holding the defenders in place. Looks like it was achieved, repelled out on the window. The flashbangs come soaring in. Bolo will turn his attention back towards the Blue Bar, awaiting another flank to come out from inside the objective. They've cordoned off Paulo and Nest towards the main lobby as well. So everyone for Liquid very spread out right now, but TSM having trouble finding any progression.
TSM, a little bit of a stall. going on. You can tell that they know that there's a lot of bodies in where they're trying to contest. And right now, Merc just kind of playing aggro, getting the first pick onto PSK. That's a huge pick here, but they still have still don't have a lot of map control. Merc with another kill onto Nesk. That is the guy main lobby, but Pollitt with the trade onto Merc.
At least Pollitt's able to trade that one out, but you lose Nesk and PSK for the troubles of taking down an Ashe. And the execute now coming from Office. So TSM again showing Liquid a different look here, going for a blue bar push on the plant this time. They'll have to worry about the main lobby, but they've gotten rid of Nesk, who was playing towards the Lamborghini desk, holding those kill holes into blue bar through court. So now for Pojo, looking to go in for a plant here, planting right up against this little jut out of the wall. The hold from Bolo as well. SexyCake looking in, but he can't spot. He's going to spot one rushing through, but that's Bolo to get a kill onto Moringa, and he's going to back out. The plant is now down. It's down to Paulo and SexyCake. One pushing down the cool vibe stairs, and Paulo will take down Achieved, at least bring it down to a 3v2. But they collapse from opposite angles, and everyone from TSM backing up and holding on extended angles with these ACOGs. Bolo watching for anyone to rotate through the blue bar window, and Pojo stepping on the diffuser. Bolo with another one. SexyCake on the diffuser will bait it once. Looking in towards Courtyard, but Jarvis will close it out. TSM back on top of an extended lead.
Merc setting the motion to pull that round through with that 2K. The key here for me, though, Pojo, man, with the brilliant plant spot. He just moved up just a tiny bit. SexyCake wasn't able to get the shot from main lobby. I really like that call from Pojo, man, to plant right there. And no C4s, no smokes to stop him. Wow, just all around great gameplay coming from TSM. But we got a timeout coming from Liquid.
Attack timeout for Team Liquid as they're flustered right now, trying to find some semblance of a successful defense here. Silence giving them the workaround. Not really sure what he's trying to explain there. He's got a lot of hand gestures going on about maybe trying to spread out or coordinate. And I mean, both of those would probably be good options right now for Team Liquid. They seem like they're getting locked down in locations, and honestly, the flank holds for TSM, incredible right now.
Yeah, for me, I think this might be a little bit too early for a tactical timeout. I mean, they are on defense, and just TSM, I mean, that last round specifically, just kind of unfortunate. Pojo, man, just played his cards perfectly with that plant. There was really not much SexyCake could do. I think he had all the Echo drones off the board. Losing that Echo drone super early on from Bolo definitely didn't help. It's not over for Team Liquid, but I think it might be a little bit too early on for a tactical timeout. I mean, they are on defense, but that rush from TSM was just so clean and just gave them that edge. But they're going to take that timeout. Maybe the coach saw something that he wanted to adjust, and here we go. Let's jump back into it.
Hopping right back into Coastline now, as we got to find a new site here. It's going to be Hookah Billiards again here for Liquid. And last time around, Team Liquid stacking a lot of members in towards VIP and Theater and Penthouse, and it didn't really work out. The entry from Bolo and Merc specifically really overpowering the Liquid defensive setup on that side of the map. So this time around, maybe trying to play a little further below. There's no buck, and they intentionally banned out the buck for less vertical pressure when they're defending upstairs. But I mean, yeah, Bolo right now, yeah, he's got a few kills. He's having some fun.
See, and this is what we continue to talk about. Bolo, I mean, his shine at this event started in the group stages.
Yep.
This guy has been going off the entire event. This is the most consistent I have seen him play. And on top of that, you know, his teammates are doing great, but right now they don't need to do anything. Bolo's doing all the work. And that's what's so great about this roster, just super dynamic. And I can tell you, with Pojo, man, leading the charge, with Jarvis bringing in that veteran style, I mean, it's definitely helping out the team. Liquid, though, they're needing to stop this because TSM, they're gaining a lot of energy and momentum going into these rounds.
So for Team Liquid, try and salvage this half so far. It's been a rough start for them. They got one back in their favor on their kitchen service defense, but it'll be locked out for one more round. And right now for TSM, it's continue the good times. Let them roll. Jarvis still rocking the Lion, and be a familiar operator for Team Liquid, as they used to run the ever-living crap out of Lion back when, or before the rework. And again, the entry here for TSM. Over towards the VIP balcony, entering in through Hall of Fame, looking to clear out penthouse and theater, and then wrap around to luggage for an aquarium plant. And this time around, yeah, Team Liquid backing off a little bit, not trying to put a 3-man resistance pack inside of Pet Theater and VIP.
Yeah, that's the key for me. The big difference, Team Liquid not holding down penthouse and not holding down theater. So TSM, they're not really going to have a lot of issues taking map control in the very beginning of the round. But that's interesting for me. Team Liquid, they're an aggressive team, and they really like to just throw bodies at you. And right here, they're playing really passive, so I hope they don't change their play style and start really playing really defensive. TSM, though, they're gaining a lot of map control quickly. They're about to get Aquarium with 1 minute and 30 seconds still left on the board.
Like you said, TSM are gaining a lot of momentum, and I think the one thing that Team Liquid are looking to get away from is surrendering that opening pick. It's been almost every round now that TSM has had the opening pick, and it's just kind of dominoed from there. So Team Liquid backing off a little bit, just trying to make it a little bit harder for TSM to get in their groove, and they've done just that, staying alive right now. There's really been no engagements at all. And the good thing is, though, they were able to push Nesk out of behind the aquarium bar. So for now, TSM having aqua control, they just got 5 operators to deal with in the midst of a plant attempt. It's going to be difficult with that much utility on the board.
Yeah, and again, Team Liquid running a double C4 stack. Merc entering into office, making sure nobody's roaming down there, making sure they don't have to worry about any C4s when they go for the plant. But Team Liquid, a very strong hold from them, not a lot of movement, and they're just waiting for TSM to make the first move.
Well, the first move is going to have to be pushing in for Aquarium. Looks like Pojo is angling to go in for a plant attempt here on the default spot. Use a breaching charge to open up more of the aquarium walls and fire on in through the rotate as one of the walls is left unreinforced there. Looking for these Echo drones now. Looks like Bolo's able to get one, but Palu will take down a Chief with a shotgun. He's going to go for a jump out there. Work on the trade, though. There's another one downstairs. Merc firing on through to about 25 damage. They all try to storm into the objective, and it's a good resistance there for Team Liquid. All down to Merc and Jarvis now that have tried to push up through 90 hallway and cool vibe stairs. Awful angles to be pushing here for TSM. What a nice snap there for Merc, but trade right on out. Moringa and PSK, they all storm in, they all fall down. Team Liquid respond back with force.
The adaptation coming from Liquid to switch from that aggressive play style to a lot more of a passive hold on defense, it worked out for them. And that's what I like to see from a team that's trying to bring it back, just minor adjustments mid-game. And hey, look, that call from the coach seems like it worked out.
Well, audio issues, they never end. So we're gonna need a little technical break here for looking like Team Liquid as they're talking to the referee out on the stage there, and for us, we got a little bit more time to talk about that round and talk about the game as a whole, as Liquid now draw back within 1 round. And like you said there, Liquid are an aggressive team. They do like to take the fight to a lot of teams, but that strategy right there worked out well. It didn't give TSM that opener. It didn't give them the opportunity to build that momentum, because the entries right now, especially from Bolo, too strong to deal with.
Yeah, and it goes down to those picks that you brought up earlier. Liquid always losing the opening kill, and right there they didn't give it to Liquid. They kind of played it slow, and it almost looked like they stalled out TSM when they went for that attack. They didn't know what to do. They're like, where are the guys that we need to hunt down? So I really liked the call after watching how they played that. I mean, they were so smart in waiting for TSM to push them and go for that plant, and then on top of that, they won that opening kill. Instead of giving it to TSM, they played it patient, and then they were the ones that were able to pounce first, and they got the advantage and won that round. So that's exactly what Liquid needs. It's looking good for Liquid on defense.
It's looking pretty good here for Liquid, like you said, and now we're bringing out a Mira here for Nesk, and Jackal will come into play as well. So the hometown map for both of these operators, they will see some presence. Looks like we're going for, okay, pretty old hat strategy. Put the mirror upstairs inside a penthouse or theater looking into penthouse and reinforce the back of the theater walls. Just hold your top control, make sure it's more difficult for TSM to complete this entry and grab some top control.
Yeah, it looks like a lot of utility is going to be wasted for Liquid up top, so that means they want to hold that theater, they want to hold that penthouse. The question is, will TSM push into this hold? This is a very hard hold, or it needs a lot of your teammates to do a lot of droning, getting rid of a lot of utility. If I'm TSM, I would completely skip pushing up top and maybe possibly go for maybe a sunrise and kitchen plant.
Wouldn't be shocked to see the alteration. We've seen TSM do a pretty good job of ignoring portions of a setup that seem just too convoluted to push into. They are perfectly content, just absolutely running away. Bolo getting aggressive again, inside of the pent double window. Looking for the repel here from Achieve to get up on top. And it looks like TSM are going to try their hand at clearing top for the most part, but if things get a little too complicated, they might rotate down at the end.
Yeah, so notice how TSM is not pushing into VIP. Pojo, man, he is sitting out on the balcony, but a lot of the drones coming over from the hookah side. So I think they see that hookah is an available spot to enter inside the building. The key for me is if they do go for that kitchen, Achieved is going to need some help to get that top control in VIP. No way TSM is planning with SexyCake up top. He does a great job controlling VIP. So let's see exactly how TSM is going to take this.
Yeah, it's going to have to be an adaptation here, and it looks like they're just trying to avoid this mirror setup inside of theater for the most part, and Paulo's going to be playing behind that mirror waiting for anyone to dare peek him inside of Hall of Fame. The X-Kairos will come out and land onto the mirror, but there goes Merc, shutting him down through the wall, spotting an Echo drone as well. He'll dispatch of that. And another one now for Bolo as they all start raining down. Bolo will be downed off screen, though. I believe that was from Moringa, who's playing inside of the kegs. PSK will clean it up. Another one rushing through. Merc will get one, but PSK on the trade. Still a man advantage here for TSM, but they try to go for the split push in tandem with a slight execute, and it doesn't pay off.
Yeah, TSM doing a great job of using their utility, getting rid of those mirrors. And on top of that, Merc pushing through 90, applying that pressure. That's exactly what you need to take this top control. And I like this team play from TSM. You know, I say, hey, avoid the setup, but if you are going to push into the setup, you need all of your teammates doing their job, droning. That's exactly what TSM's doing. Now they have a lot of map control. They still have 50 seconds on the board. They don't need to rush. Achieve with a kill into Moringa. This is good for TSM, but they need to play. They need to be careful and look out for where PSK is located.
Rotating back into kitchen now. I believe he still has one Yokai remaining. He's going to hop on that and try and rotate it around. The diffuser is surrendered right beside the grates right now. And yep, there goes the Yokai drone just above the door frame. Drone's coming in, and they're going to spot out PSK laying prone behind that island in the kitchen. Still have a lot of time to work with here if you're TSM to push through. The smoke grenades come out from Jarvis to obstruct visibility, rushing on through, and picking up the diffuser now will be Achieved to rotate back and go for the plant. Gonna sledge his way through Bathroom, try to plant right on the breach hole.
15 seconds left.
Now PSK will have to push through as the smoke expires. Jarvis still holding the cutoff from Kegs, tucked into the right-hand corner. PSK with a little bit of a pre-fire. He knows he's going to be cut off. Now the plant is completed, so two guns facing directly at him. Checking his left-hand side just to be sure no one's tucked in behind the bomb chassis. Another frag grenade comes out, again, suspending his ability to push on through and engage with these members of TSM. Holding the tightest angle known to man will be Jarvis, and he'll back off to play it safely, and the tag team comes in. Achieve will lock that down. The duo will clean it up, and TSM will head into the half up 4-2.
Yeah, two phases on this round. The first phase, gaining that top control, getting rid of that utility, and flushing Liquid out of the top floor. TSM played that perfectly. On top of that, after they got that top control, they took their time, droned out the last player that was playing inside of kitchen, not rushing, not trying to just look for that kill. Great plays coming from TSM. But on the flip side, Liquid switching over to attack. Let's see if they can gain a little bit of momentum going into this attacking round. TSM, they're gonna need some rounds on this defense if they wanna close it out. The question is, how aggressive is Liquid going to be on the attack, and will TSM be ready for it?
To locate and defuse bombs.
So TSM now swapping to their defensive stand here. They come over with a 4-2 split starting on the attacking side. Of course, Bolo had that remarkable ace to start things off. He had 10 kills after 4 rounds, but it's only picked up 1 through another 2. So he's cooling off a little bit, but the rest of the team has picked up where he's left off. And for TSM now on the defense, they look to close things out on coastline pretty swiftly here. They've been up at the half in the majority of the maps that they've played throughout this entire event. Starting off strong has been a key factor for TSM as a whole. Team Liquid, they haven't really faced this much resistance except for their game against G2, really.
Yeah, and here we go, Team Liquid bringing out that Capital. We didn't see that from on the TSM roster, but we did see Team Liquid bringing out the Capital, and they're also bringing out the Lion, so they like the ability and the presence that Lion has on coastline. He's very, very powerful, stops those roamers, and the thing with coastline is when you're on defense, you really rely on those roamers to apply the pressure on the guys that are entering through the sites, so Lion's gonna slow that down a bit. TSM, pretty standard lineup. You've got the Doc and you've got the Echo. Here we go, we got the purple tarp control. This is a huge power position, in my opinion, when you're trying to push hookah or at least apply pressure in hookah. The question is, where is Liquid going to push and where is TSM holding? For me, we're going to have to wait and see.
Wasn't where Laxing was playing in this game, but we have some more purple tarp presence coming out this time around from Moringa. So the pest of a location on coastline that, despite everyone's best efforts to remove, still stands tall. Droning downstairs, he's going to spot out Achieve playing downstairs inside of office. He's got some wooden barricades to limit mobility without giving away sound cues for Team Liquid. So it's a little bunkered up, but he's also very alone right now. Achieve doesn't have a friend very close by. He's going to retreat back down the CCTV hallway to regroup with, I believe that was Merc, over towards the theater stairs. Yeah, they're going to regroup. They did their best to hold downstairs for a little while there, but they don't want to take any casualties holding office.
Yeah, it looks like Team Liquid focusing a lot of their droning downstairs. For me, it could be a waste if Achieve is not roaming down below. There's not really anybody that you need to kill down below unless Achieve is down there. A lot of the presence for TSM is upstairs, but Merc with the first pick onto PSK. I'm not exactly sure where PSK was entering from, but Merc, that's a great kill for him, and it'll help start the round for TSM and put them in a position to close out this round.
Absolutely, and now Fireball coming out to the top of the Cool Vibe stairs. Bolo and Jarvis continue to choke on it. The Lion Charge goes out, and there goes Nest taking down Jarvis. You lose the Echo early. A second one now for Liquid as Moringa will tack on, taking down Merc. They all start rushing through, and Achieve has to retreat back into the site. All three TSM members stacked inside of Billiards right now, playing up against the reinforcement beside the rotate. They've lost Cool Vibe's control, and upside down rappel now from the hookah window, devastating Bolo. They're all detected. A Nitrocell goes soaring, but no one's made it in. Finally vaulting up the Cool Vibes rotate, but that'll be Nest that is downed off inside of hookah. Another one trying to press in through the door frame. Lots of shots land on Apollo, but he has the final word as Achieve will drop. It's just Bolo alone now in a 1v4. Nest bleeding out on the floor, and Paulo on 1 HP is detected by the Lion and will have to back off to safety. Being cordoned off as the plant is going down, and the flank comes out from Moringa, and Liquid with some aggression of their own bring one back in the win column.
Yeah, a lot of that pressure from Liquid came from that hookah window on the upside down rappel. A lot of the players from TSM playing in that a little bit in hookah, but mostly inside a pool table and aquarium. That window control was key for that round and detrimental for TSM.
Looks like we got another tech pause here as we just can't sort out these issues very swiftly. But from what we can see on the screen, it looks like hookah is going to be our next site there. So TSM is going to try and run that one back. And for TSM, it looks like they were starting off pretty good. That opening pick onto Moringa as well from Merc onto the Thatcher. Very strong start there, but I don't know, it just kind of all deteriorated as soon as they gave up the site presence. That asphyxiating bolt from the Capital to the top of Cool Vibe stairs, doing so much damage to Jarvis and Bolo. And as soon as Jarvis tried to rotate down the Cool Vibe stairs, all that presence downstairs from Liquid, he was collapsed upon by two members of Liquid, and it was over for him.
And now it makes sense why Liquid entered down below. Normally I would kind of question exactly why, because once you go down below, you got to flood up the Cool Vibe stairs, and for the defenders, you just sit there and wait for them to rush up the stairs. It's a lot of easy kills, but the way Liquid did it was they forced TSM to have to move down the staircase, and the second they started moving down the staircase, that's when Liquid pounced. It was a perfectly executed from Liquid, and man, they're looking pretty good on attack here.
Absolutely. I love the way that they took that round, and honestly, they're throwing it back in the face a little bit of TSM. You know, a team that was taking the aggression to them, and even in this round, Merc going for the jump out there for the kill. It's a good bounce back round there for Team Liquid. They need one more to draw things up here on coastline. Next up will be Bank. That's going to be an even more interesting map for me for both of these teams.
Yeah,
honestly.
Bank will definitely be an interesting map. Liquid, notice how they swapped off the Capital and went to the Gridlock. You know, we might see a different push coming out from them, maybe a different strategy. That was maybe a one-time thing for that round. I like the switch up, because that's what you need if you're trying to make sure that TSM does not have the ability to counter you or maybe rotate around their strategy a little bit. On the flip side, though, TSM also changing their op lineup. Notice how Achieve's on that pulse. So I'm going to be looking out to see where he's roaming, and Liquid needs to make sure they keep an eye on him.
They did a lot of droning downstairs, so the pulse downstairs for Achieved is going to be a difficult game to play. He got pushed out with about a minute 30 left in the round, so just at the midway point, just felt too much pressure from the drones and tried to back off to safety. And while he accomplished his goal of retreating with his life, he unfortunately surrendered the bottom control that Liquid desired so much. So we'll see if TSM maybe invests some more utility or personnel downstairs to try and combat that for Liquid.
Yeah, it looks like Liquid is droning out Office to see who's roaming over there. I'm curious if they're going to be able to spot Achieved, but that's his job right there. He's making sure no one's able to rotate into Office. Liquid needs that Office control to get off in a successful bomb plant. So I think Liquid might switch up their push. They're not going hookah anymore. They're going Aquarium. And they're not taking through VIP and Penthouse. They're entering straight into Aquarium. So they're taking minimal map control, which is completely fine, but the key is making sure that this pulse does not get into Aquarium or Blue Bar.
PSK is going to drone him out, and there goes Achieved ripping through the main lobby. You drop a Claymore as well in the door frame just to make sure it's even harder, and there's a sound cue for Achieved to push through, or he's a little absent-sighted. He's going to walk straight into the thing. But no, Achieved is going to rotate all the way back up to join everyone for TSM back on site. You're right, though. It looks like Liquid have completely swapped the take. They're not going for a hookah plant any longer. In comparison to the last round, they're going over for an aqua push. And in a 5v5 here, it's going to be a hailstorm of utility and bullets firing back and forth towards this default plant spot.
The definition of work smarter, not harder. Liquid not needing to take a lot of map control. They're just taking minimal control and going right for this plant right here. As long as no smokes and C4s go off, it's going to be good for Liquid. And what Liquid's doing right here is just denying and getting rid of the utility on the defender side. Just bait the smokes, let them waste their smokes. And once those smokes are wasted, it's just going to come down to that C4. And as long as the utility and they miss the C4 is gone, it's looking good for Liquid. They have the green light to plant.
Baited out the first smoke within the first minute, or the last minute, sorry, and now the smokes come out and counter. It's like a Nitro cell. This is going to be another bait here for utilities. Detected by the EOD, but Achieved will still land the Nitro on the SexyCake. Now Paulo has to pick up the diffuser. There's a rappel in the big window taken care of by Jarvis. Poja looking to push through his own smoke and his opponent's smoke here. More rotates coming in as PSK is still downstairs. There's only two members of Moringa and Paulo to push through for the plant. Some bullet holes down below, and that's exactly what Achieve will use to take care of Paulo. Another peek there for Achieve, but there's no time remaining on the clock. They all have to barrel in. PSK going for a flank, and no one aware for this on TSM, but Merc will trade it out before Bolo can be killed off, and it's technically a flawless round for Team SoloMid.
Beautiful hold from TSM. Focus on Achieve specifically. You saw him roaming downstairs with Pulse. He realized that Liquid was utilizing one player to stop him from entering down below. So instead of fighting, instead of taking that engagement, he rotated back up into the site and said, hey, I don't need to be down below to pull off a C4. And when they did that, that wasted a player on Liquid side. PSK was downstairs the whole round, waiting for Achieve to rotate. And guess what? Achieved wasn't coming the whole round, so he stayed down below. That's a player loss right there for Liquid, and that was a great defensive hold and beautiful, beautiful stop.
Absolutely. So now for TSM, they get one back in their win column, and they extend their lead back to 2. They now have to rotate bomb sites. They're successful at repelling Liquid's Aquarium take. Clearly that hookah take extremely strong in tandem with the Lion and the Capitao. But now they go downstairs to Blue Bar and Sunrise, and no more Capitao once again here for Liquid. They brought it out once for that one hookah plant, and they've kind of abandoned it ever since.
Yeah, so here we are, Sunrise and Blue Bar. I'm going to focus here on TSM, maybe extending into that kitchen, gaining that control. I just think that strategy is just a really solid strategy. It allows you to overextend. You don't have to play inside of these bomb sites, and then you have the ability to rotate to that main lobby. So the question is, will Liquid push them out of kitchen? And if they do, they got to do it. They got to do it together because it's really hard to gain that kitchen control if you push it solo.
Or are we going to see Liquid go for a rush that Bolo tried to implement and Achieve going for a bit of a spawn peek here out of the Blue Bar window as SexyCake will turn the corner and almost get his head removed for it. But he backs off and no foul done to either side as they escape and the parry goes back and forth. Now repelling upstairs will be Nesk, and this is an alteration to what we were seeing TSM do for this take. Both times the TSM pushed into the site, they never took top control, really. They were never able to. The roaming from Team Liquid upstairs towards VIP and Penthouse Theater while defending the bottom 4 bomb sites was too strong, and TSM elected to just bail.
Yeah, standard push coming out from Liquid, just gaining the top control in hookah. I don't see a lot of bodies from TSM up top. I think there might be a challenge here coming from White Stairs, so they got to be careful entering inside of Aquarium. But really, TSM, they don't really need to play aggressive. Liquid has the clock to their disadvantage, so they got to work quick to gain the top control. But this, I like this play from Liquid. They're in, they got instant map control, they've locked it down. So now they got to start getting rid of this utility with the IQ, opening up the floor. The question is, how aggressive is TSM going to be to regain that top control?
You can see Bolo trying to flex up the cool vibe stairs as well in the Jaeger, and a bit of a roll swap there for him. He's been playing the Doc for a while here on the defense, but off the Jaeger, Achieve will pick up the Doc as the Nitrocell isn't needed to be playing down below. SexyCake will be downed out on the balcony, it appears. Line charge will go out, and now that was inside of hookah. Looks like impact grenades going up to the floor there, and Bolo trying to confirm that through the wall, but it's not going to work. They're going to revive him inside of hookah, so the diffuser now will be recollected. They saved the smoke grenades in terms of utility, but the conversion to a site execute here is going to be difficult for Liquid. They're running low on time, and they haven't done a pretty good job of clearing everyone out of Sunrise. Everyone's still pretty comfortable on the side of TSM.
Yeah, a really big stall out coming here from Liquid. Bolo being a little bit patient. He wants to make an aggressive play upside this hookah staircase, but he's got to be careful, and he was ready for it. He downed him. So that was a great aggressive play from Bolo, and he doesn't need to do much right now. All he has to do is kind of waste a little bit more time. Ness with the trade-off onto Merc. Unfortunately, Merc, he didn't need to do that yet. Bolo made that play, and Merc kind of went solo by himself, no one there to trade him out. So an even trade-off for TSM and Team Liquid, but the clock is on Liquid. They got to get into sight and get this bomb down.
Low on HP is the diffuser carrier for Liquid and SexyCake, and these smokes will rattle off from Pojo as he stays pat up against the Sunrise window. He has pressure immediately in his window, looking out and firing through, but PSK, what a flick onto Pojo. There goes your smoke, but there's only 16 seconds left. Achieve going for a run out now, but he hits the Claymore, reviving himself. Bolo will take down Nest. PSK on the trade, trying to put the plant down. There's only 10 seconds left. Bolo needs the ace to keep the round alive here for TSM. Darting into the Sunrise entrance. The plant's still not going down. Fire back and forth. Whipping out the pistol in absolute desperation now, planting into the overtime, needing to turn the corner on Moringa. Bolo lands a lot of shots, but Moringa will win it out on 1 HP, and Team Liquid survive.
Unfortunate for Bolo. He was having a fire round, but Liquid pulling it through, getting that bomb plant down. What I think it was either a second or half a second left. It was super close. Unfortunately, you know, I think the round was kind of thrown from TSM's side. A little bit too many aggressive plays, too many individual aggressive plays coming out from TSM. They really just needed to just wait. Liquid did not have a lot of time, but man, because of those aggressive plays, Liquid was able to capitalize in a beautiful finisher for Liquid to get that bomb plant down. Man, that was close. Bolo, though. Wow, I mean, that was such a round. He was looking so good, but it was unfortunate. The rest of his teammates died, and here we go. We're going to the next round, but can Liquid tie this up?
You can see Moringa after that round just laughing it off, going, oh God, I almost lost that. Bolo with a pistol.
That was close.
That was incredibly close. I actually feel like if Bolo didn't have the suppressor on his pistol, that Moringa goes down and the round's over on an ace again for Bolo.
Yeah, and when you have a player just going off like that, but you don't win the round, it is unfortunate, but just Liquid playing their cards right there, and whoever, I'm not too sure who got that bomb plant down, but that guy saved the round. It
PSK.
Was close.
PSK and Moringa left standing there for Team Liquid. And honestly, just beautiful shot there from PSK onto Pojo as well. He whipped around the 180 to slap Pojo, give him a little good night.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. Pojo is a power, he was in a power position being by that window, especially with that shotgun, so you're absolutely right. That flick onto Pojo was a huge turn for me in the round. If Pojo stayed up and didn't peek, it could have been a different round.
Absolutely, so TSM learning from their woes, and you're gonna have to live with their mistakes there on that round. And now for Team Liquid, they capitalize, they take advantage of these mistakes that TSM are beginning to make here on Coast. Starting to look good for them.
Yeah, Liquid now starting to bring it back. Notice they brought the gridlock, no Capital, so they're going to be using that gridlock to cut down those rotations. The key is where are they going to be entering from, and how quickly can they do it? Achieve, he's loving this top white staircase, preventing them from entering inside the aquarium. And then on top of that, Moringa on top of the roof, cutting off the rotations. He's also in a power position. TSM has to be careful if they're trying to rotate.
I was downstairs in the kitchen hallway where Bolo will meet his maker very early on in the round, and that's a bit of a heartbreaker there for TSM, but Mark will trade it back on to Palu. So once again, holding inside a blue bar and Sunrise. A lot of vertical pressure being established here for Team Liquid, in comparison to the way that TSM were taking it, done a good job of repelling this. Firing up to the floorboards again will be Merc now. He's downed off Nesk. Gonna fire up to the floor and try and confirm this, being locked in place by the Lion momentarily. We're trying to revive this. The fire up to the floor, and Nesk is on 10 HP. He got up just in time. The sledgehammer will continue to rain.
Wow, that's unfortunate for Merc. He had him down, but great quick calls from Liquid to pick his teammate up. They needed that, and that was our sledge. So now they can start opening up the floors and start clearing out a lot of this utility.
Beautiful work here for Team Liquid in the middle of this, and they're still applying so much pressure towards the members of TSM trying to anchor. But there goes Mark. He finally gets his kill onto Nesk. It took a minute to get there, but he finally gets it done. Looks like SexyCake is trying to vault out of the hookah window as the remaining members for Team Liquid try to scramble and collapse onto the site. There goes Pojo again very early, so the smoke not going to have any effect on the later portions of this round to deny the plant execute.
Yeah, look at Moringa coming from the back end. TSM's got to be careful of this. This guy's going to be the X factor. They're not paying attention to him being on that balcony, so he's just waiting to pounce. Really, once PSK and they start pushing through into Sunrise, that's when you're going to see Moringa start coming from the back.
Last EOD will detonate, ring out, and hold all the defenders in place. Merc with 2 on the round, tagging in for more damage on the PSK. The smoke grenades coming out from SexyCake. Merc's gonna try and charge on through the smoke, but he'll get cut down in the process. Moringa pushing up the kitchen hallway. That'll be Jarvis's job to try and contend with. The attempted dock heal does not pay off, but Jarvis hits a nice shot there. More pings coming out through the smoke, and everyone for Liquid scrambling. SexyCake with a beautiful shot, but another trade now, down to the 1v1. SexyCake carrying the diffuser, pushing for the kill. Achieve doing a lot of damage to the wall. Shotgun point blank range right against him. He downs him. He's getting back up, but SexyCake again, the clutch performer for Team Liquid all weekend.
This guy is the highlight player. He has been so crucial when put in those clutch positions. I mean, this is not a one-time thing. This is not a secondary thing. I mean, this is all of the time. This guy is always in 1v1s, 1v2s, 1v3s, and he's winning the rounds. If you're trying to win a final, that's what you're looking for in a player.
Beautiful, beautiful work there for Liquid in the clutch, and SexyCake especially has been so incredible in those 1vx situations. Awesome performance so far from SexyCake this entire map on Coastline. And for TSM now, they're starting to let the game get away from a little bit. It used to be a little bit of a back and forth fest, but now it's Liquid getting back into this with some momentum.
Yeah, and if I'm TSM, I'm sweating a little bit. TSM started off really, really hot, and on top of that, let's just go to the timeout. TSM, stop, refresh, and so they're going to take a little bit of a break, and this will be good for Liquid as well. They've got a lot of energy, they've got a lot of momentum. They're coming off of SexyCake winning that 1v1, so they're happy. They're feeling really, really good. If I'm TSM, I'm starting to think, hey, what do we need to do to slow these guys down? And wow. SexyCake coming out huge.
Absolutely, and for TSM right now, they're going to take a tack timeout to try and talk things over, try and regroup with the team and make sure that everyone's on the same page here. It's starting to look a lot like Cafe against BDS here, where TSM storm ahead early on, they have that early aggression, and then all of a sudden they allow their opponents to claw back into it, and it's a beautiful demonstration of Liquid's resilience and the refusal to back down. They are ready to stand and fight against TSM full force. We go back to hookah and billiards now for TSM.
Yeah, the winner of this round is just going to have a lot of momentum to close this map out. You have a lot of pressure once it's map point, so whoever wins this round, man, they're going to have a huge advantage going into that final round. So let's see exactly how Liquid is going to attack this and what TSM made in that timeout in terms of adjustments to stop Liquid.
And obviously you see the scoreboard there. Merc showing up in full force in tandem with Bolo, and it's the three-headed monster. What did we say? Bolo achieved in Merc, but you can't discount what SexyCake has done so far. Incredible individual performance for him, and the team around him as well is clicking. Honestly, it's really weird to see and say Nesk is near the bottom of the scoreboard.
Yeah, and that's the key focus I've been focusing on with a lot of these teams. When you have 3 players dropping double digits, it's hard for you to lose. But guess what? Both teams have 3 players dropping almost double digits. It makes sense why they're in the finals. But SexyCake and Moringa have been just going off, and Nesk being at the bottom, who cares? That's why he's got his other players. They're just able to fill those shoes if Nesk is not going off, and then once Nesk starts going off, it just makes it even better.
That's the thing for me. It's not like, oh, Nesk is doing bad. It's, oh, crap, when Nesk wakes up, what happened?
Where are we going to go from here? You're absolutely right. Wow. All right, so here we go. Back to the hookah and billiards bomb site. No more Capital. We saw Capital last time, or actually the very first time they pushed this site. They're going to be moving back to the Gridlock. So it seems like Gridlock is more of a default default operator for Team Liquid. And again, minimal map control here. They just gain Aquarium. They just make sure nobody is in office. And remember last time Achieve said, hey, I'm not going to stay in office. I'm not going to go to Blue Bar. I'm just going to go back to site and throw the C4 from hookah. So Liquid just needs to be ready for that C4, even if he is not down below, because it could come from hookah.
Kind of surprised that with the success that Team Liquid had on their hookah take when attacking this site. Now the Capital we talked about on the Cool Vibe stairs, pushing out both Bolo and Jarvis. And Jarvis has abandoned the Echo now, just not having a lot of success with the Echo drones. And, you know, it's surprising to see Team Liquid try and go back to this Aquarium take, where the last time they attempted this, they got flawless rounded.
Yeah, and I think it just came down to just the minor adjustments from TSM, just not allowing that first kill to happen down below. When you lose that roamer, it can be really detrimental to your defenders. And on the flip side, you're right, with the Echo being removed, IQ's such a powerful counter to Echo. I mean, it's almost impossible to play Echo if you have a person playing IQ directly behind the bomb planter. So here is Achieve to hookah. He's not going to stay down below. Pojaman, though, with the first kill onto Nest, that's the sledge.
There goes the Nitro soaring out from Achieve to left kill onto SexyCake. Another one now for Jarvis. Could it be back-to-back flawless rounds on this site? No, Paulo will shut down Bolo as he charges in, but an immediate trade from Merc. It's all Moringa now as he detonates the Lion Charge, trying to rush on through, but Merc all day inside of hookah. It's match point here on map number 1 for TSM.
Huge round for TSM. They needed that, and now it's on map point. For me, the utility game on TSM is just beautifully executed, and they're stopping those rushes, they're stopping those bomb plants. For this bomb site specifically, that is really the key point. I mean, you just can wait and you force them to go for that plant, and TSM, they're stopping it perfectly.
So for Team Liquid, your back's against the wall here on coastline. Obviously, it's been a pretty back and forth affair, and Liquid have even gone a bit of a streak here and there. So it's completely not out of reach, and that's the only bomb site so far that TSM have been entirely successful on. Really looks like they're looking strong here on hookah and billiards, but they got to find a different bomb site to head to that will give them that same kind of leverage. We'll see where they jump into here, and then go to kitchen and service.
So here we go. We are switching over to kitchen. Notice Achieve not picking that Echo. They have no Echo on the board, so no way to stop the bomb plant. Pojaman, though, on the smoke, so that'll help delay them a little bit of time. I assume that maybe TSM might do a mild roam upstairs, but really it just depends on where Merc is going to be. He's on that vigil, so Liquid has to be careful. Pay attention to where Merc is roaming. Those roamers are just really impactful on this map, and that IQ will definitely help them spot Merc.
10 seconds left before insertion.
Changes as well for TSM in terms of operators. Jarvis seems to be clicking a lot better on the Legion than he was on the Echo, just getting involved in more fights. The Legion Mine's doing a lot more to slow down the aggression coming from Team Liquid. And Merc as well, being deceptive on the Vigil. Looks like Jarvis is going to try and go for a peek here. Prone behind the Sunrise bar, looking for anyone to come close to the doorway.
Jarvis being patient. The question is, will Liquid push inside of the Sunrise? They do have a drone, so they might hear him. And if I was Liquid, if you're not looking to plant kitchen, you don't need to push them out. They just need to be careful and pay attention to all of the roamers, not just Jarvis. Where is Merc? Where is Achieve? Because Achieve on the dock is a scary thing, and if he's locking down some of those staircases like he has in the past, I mean, it could be deadly for Liquid. So they really just need to focus on the map control that they need. Don't overextend. They need this round.
Well, that's going to make his way into hookah. So, and with the full poolside spawn here from Team Liquid, I imagine they're trying to go for a kitchen plant here. Sledging open the floorboards in towards hookah and trying to push Jarvis and Bolo out of their position in Sunrise Bar. Seems like TSM have read this and are trying to counteract this. An impact grenade long down the hallway there for Merc. I think it fell just short, actually, of hitting the wall. So unfortunately, the arc not properly calculated there for Merc, but at the same time, causing some havoc and some disruption, a little bit of resistance to this entry here for Liquid.
Look at this aggression coming from TSM. right here. This is going to be the Roamers show. Can the Roamers shut down the push from Liquid? I think I just saw Pojo Man near White Stairs. He's the smoke player. So this guy is, they're utilizing all of their bodies, and I guess it looks like they're, I don't know, there's a lot of people on site, but here they go. They're rotating back into site. They say, hey, we don't need to get too aggressive. I think I like this play coming out from TSM. They don't need to get the first pick. Liquid has to make the first move.
Well, E1D will detonate, and a couple members will be detected. And of course, Merc won't be detected by that. So now again, the IQ for Paula up above. Looking to clear out the Lamborghini front desk as well in the main lobby. It's most likely where Achieved has rotated to after he was playing inside of Theater, but a lot of resistance being pushed through here from VIP across from Team Liquid. Recharge will go off, and looking skyward now will be the dock of Achieved. Takes a little bit of damage as well in the process, but he'll rotate on out, and the ping too late here for Paula to collect on the kill.
Yeah, Achieved just needs to be careful. They know he's near, and he's really powerful. Achieved is going to be the one to make sure no one rotates into front door, nobody rotates down White Stairs. On the flip side, where is Liquid trying to plant? They need to be careful, but Pojo Man getting really aggressive on the service entrance. This is going to be a huge kill for Pojo if he gets this. But there goes SexyCake getting the kill. They got the green light to go in. Merc, though, in the bathroom. He's going to stop the push, and Achieve going to stop the front door.
It's a 3v5 here to hold out. The last EOD will detonate as they'll try to pour in. The smokes go deep, but they don't know that Merc's in the bathroom. Another one for Paula, and Merc missing the shots. Turning for another one, but it's all Paula. It's all now down to Bolo in the 1v5. Takes down Moringa, but the plant going down inside of service. Two inside of kitchen, hitting the rotate. What a nice shot there from Bolo, planting into the overtime. But he's chewed up. It's all Palu, and Liquid will send us into overtime.
Palu is the shining star of that round, opening it up for his team. The key here is killing Achieve main lobby. Once that dock is killed, they're able to go into front door, apply pressure into bathroom, and that's exactly what they did. It's incredibly hard to push into the server entrance without any pressure from a different angle. Eliminating Achieved allowed them to take and flood the main lobby, and then they were able to shut down bathroom and get that plant down.
We now roll into our first round of overtime on our first map. We're going to need even more than 12 rounds to settle this one, apparently. And after just coming off an overtime map against BDS, going the absolute distance, 8-7 in favor of TSM, I imagine they're a little sick of these games going long. They probably want to wrap these up a little quicker, but again, resiliency, perseverance, the key attributes here for Team Liquid as they push on through. They haven't had the lead at one point on coastline. It's been TSM in the lead or they've been drawn.
I mean, it feels so good to see Team Liquid back. These guys have been so absent in the past. You know, from their past success and seeing them kind of just not show up at some of these events, and now they're set up to possibly win this event. You know, Team Liquid is looking solid, and man, they got to be proud to make it this far, and all of the players just doing exceptionally well. It makes sense why both of these teams are in the finals.
Well, one of my biggest concerns right now for TSM is the fact that they don't have a bomb site to defend other than hookah. The good news for them, though, is that they only have to defend once in overtime. If this does go to a 7-7 off of both of these teams winning either their attacks or their defenses here, it'll be TSM on the attack in round 15. So they have one bomb site that they've won pretty convincingly a couple times now.
Yeah.
But outside of that, they've really struggled on the defensive side anywhere else on the map.
You're talking about in terms of TSM?
TSM.
Yeah, and that's the thing about this map is it's extremely attacker favored. Well, most teams prefer attack. You just really get to gain, you have control of the round. You are in the driver's seat, and you really get to decide how the round plays out. And that's what we're talking about. Even though TSM taking the lead, you cannot count out Team Liquid. But here we go, we're in overtime, and TSM, they have attack first.
They do indeed. And Jarvis can get back on the Lion as they'll be attacking towards hookah and billiards. The drones come out, and we're looking to see who's going to be roaming where. And that's, honestly, the peel back strategy for Team Liquid has been the most convincing so far.
Yeah, and a big thing here coming from Liquid, they've had a lot of minor adjustments. One of those being a little bit more of a hold inside the bomb site itself. They said, hey, let's give them a little bit of map control. And that's what TSM was doing on defense as well, but it wasn't working out for them as much, except for this bomb site specifically. They saved their utility and waited to utilize it once they went for the bomb plant. But Team Liquid, they think this is the strategy to counter them. It worked last time, so let's see if it's going to work again.
Bolo spotting out one of those Echo drones in the hands of SexyCake. It's just above the default plant spot inside of billiards. Merc maintaining a drone now, looking down the the vase hallway into hookah. It's almost being disrupted by a mute jammer, but just far enough out of range. And now, again, these hookah attacks, they've been pretty slow in terms of opening up frags, unless Liquid has really been taking the fight to TSM. Now for TSM, they try to amass all their bodies towards the aquarium. Achieve has been a monster out here on the hookah balcony. He's a bit of a split push on the pressure. See if Merc, he was bailing out. It might be Pojo instead to wrap around and then send Jarvis up the 90 hallway should they want to attack on 3 fronts.
Yeah, since Team Liquid is stacking the bomb site, Achieves is going to be really important in making sure he eliminates or helps apply a little bit of that pressure when they go for the plant. On Liquid's side, they've got 2 C4s, 3 smokes, and an Echo Drone. That's a lot of utility that has to be burned, and there's only 40 seconds left. I don't know if TSM's going to be able to pull this off just with the utility alone. So Merc and someone on TSM has to make this happen.
A lot of shots ring out downstairs towards Nesk. The Jaeger playing down below as Merc keeps him occupied and still trying to find these Echo Drones as Bolo. He's being disoriented by them. Holding the cool vibe stairs as well, be a defender, and a team kill onto Pojo. Having to pick up that diffuser and charge on through. Paulo and SexyCake combined for 2. And now it's down to the 2v5. Rushing through, PSK Achieve will get 1 on the entry, but it's Liquid now, taking their first lead of the map. 7-6.
Yeah, that's a huge win for Liquid, and that just goes to show you how powerful utility is on that site specifically. The smoke started going down, the Echo Drone started going off. I mean, TSM, they did not have enough time to burn any of that utility. They got to work quickly, and they got to be paying attention to the op lineup that Team Liquid's bringing. If they're going to be stacking that much utility and stopping and focusing on bomb plants, TSM, they've got to move quickly.
Yeah, really stalling out there, and the push down below there from Merc, not really accomplishing a whole lot. It's Nesk on Jaeger. What's he going to do from down below, unless he's going to get some pings and try and fire at you through the floor, but you don't have to push all the way through for that. Could come back upstairs, but ultimately there for TSM, it falls apart, starts with a team kill, and it all just devolves from there. So now TSM, instead of going to hookah, the only bomb site they've won so far on coastline.
Yep.
They're going to go to kitchen service.
Yeah, they were, if I remember, actually no, they got demolished the last time they held this site. Focus on Achieved. He's off of the dock. He's back on side of the pulse. So how is he going to be utilizing that pulse? How is he going to be giving that information to his teammates? Merc, who's going to be roaming, Bolo possibly roaming, and Jarvis also roaming, and Pojo Man as well. He was smoking. He was on white stairs at one point. So where is TSM going to be playing, and where is Team Liquid going to be pushing?
5 seconds left.
Reinforcing the hookah hatch. So that leads me to believe that Jarvis and Bolo have dreams of holding inside of Sunrise Bar once again as they did last time, but they got pushed out pretty quickly. Thing is here that they've lost the sledge in the lineup here for Team Liquid, going with Nesk to take a Hibana, seemingly as he's just not finding the frags so far on this map here on Coast. So give him a support role, and especially when attacking kitchen, it's nice to be able to open up those service walls to have your rotates cut off from the main lobby.
Yeah, if Liquid keeps playing the way that they're playing, I think they're going to be able to come out with this win. For me, TSM, where they fell short is when they rotated back down into kitchen and went into the site. They had 3 or 4 bodies willing to take the top control, and Liquid did not have enough bodies up top to stop it. If they wanting to win this round, I think they need to regain that top control once Liquid enters. All they need to do, though, right now is wait for it.
Achieve downstairs in the office, battling against Paulo the IQ with different sensors in hand. An impact grenade comes up to the floorboards, and it's going to spot Paulo and do a little bit of damage, but Merc's going to fall back and trying to spook and open up a kill hole possibility. That Nitro cell, nah, Paulo is in Narnia in comparison to that Nitro. So lots of utility being sent up here, and he's going to spot him on the cardiac sensor for a moment. Looking down into office with the kill holes that TSM have made, but now Achieve being shot up from the rooftops now against the blue bar window. So a lot of smothering pressure here for Team Liquid as they continue to file all of these TSM members back towards the objective.
Yeah, it's kind of concerning for me. If you're a TSM fan, TSM's giving them a lot of map control, not really contesting it. Achieved, lost his C4, so now Team Liquid does not have to worry about being killed when they're rotating up top into VIP or Penthouse if they would like to take that control. So right here, Liquid, complete total map control up top on the top floor. TSM needs to regain this control if they want to have a little bit of influence in this round. If they do decide to hold in the site, those guys are going to have to win their 1v1s.
A lot of shots ringing out right now, but low on time right now are Team Liquid. They've done a decent amount of damage to Achieved earlier on, but looking up to the hatch will be Bolo. Take the head clean off of Paulo. Good news is for Team Liquid, there's no Echo in play. Another flank coming from Achieve at the top of the Cool Vibe stairs. He'll be droned out now in the retreat back to site, but he's taken over Sunrise control. Liquid have abandoned that position that they tried to take earlier. This is good flexibility and fluidity here for TSM.
Both players, both roamers on TSM have to be careful. If they are going to take top control, they need to work together. Don't make any individual plays. Merc, unfortunately, missing the shot onto Nesk, and Nesk shutting it down. That's a huge kill for Liquid. This is still possible for Liquid, but it's not over for TSM. Are they going to be able to take control of Bathroom? Are they going to be able to take control of main lobby? Jarvis, though, rotating into blue bar.
This is dangerous here for TSM, but presence in the main lobby removed now by Achieve. There goes Nask, and charging through into the kitchen service. Moringa hits a nice shot onto Achieve, taking a lot of damage. 5 seconds left, and they have to go for the plant. Pojo pushing to the smoke. The diffuser's on the ground. It's just Moringa left alive in a 1v2. Spraying wildly, but it won't matter. We're going to 15 again.
Man, who would have expected this? I mean, this is going the full distance. That's exactly what I like to see in a finals. And it really just came down to the ones. I mean, everybody on TSM got the important kills that they needed to bring it this far. No, in terms of strategy, there wasn't much. They didn't go up top. They didn't gain the top control. All they did was play patient, play the clock. And the second that clock got down to about 10 seconds, 15 seconds, that's when Team Liquid had to push. And TSM, they got the kills they needed.
Beautiful, beautiful work on the back and forth game. Again, TSM and Team Liquid, there's no give. There's absolutely no give here. So for a game that is presumed been pretty attacker-sided throughout this entire match, we now have 2 defensive victories in overtime. Now Liquid are going to go downstairs to kitchen and service as well to try and wrap this one up for themselves. And that's taking the Mira, PSK taking the Echo, and Moringa on the smoke. A lot of plant denial and a lot of anchor operators here. It might just be SexyCake and Palo on the roam.
Yeah, and I think, you know, the last time TSM pushed this site, if I remember correctly, they decided to clear out the roamers up top, even with Team Liquid using a Mira up top and a lot of utility placement, like the ADSs and mute jammers, stuff like that up top. They did a great job of clearing those guys out, and Merc also did a great job applying pressure through 90. So here's the question. Are they going to take top control? Are they going to, you know, clear out Penthouse Theater? And if the answer is yes, that engagement right there is going to be extremely it's going to be a huge influence on the round.
Second mirror window isn't going to be placed beside the kitchen rotate, as is pretty standard for old setups. Instead, it's in the bathroom facing the default plant against Greats. Okay then, Nest coming out with some creative Mira placements here. As again, we see Mira allowed through the ban phase, and for TSM, I imagine top control is their end goal here for the beginning portion of the round. I don't imagine them trying to just barrel in against so much utility facing directly at them.
So the interesting part for me here is you see them droning out security, which I'm curious exactly as to why. Maybe Jarvis is just holding down front door. If anybody wants to rotate through security, anybody rotating kitchen hallway, he's going to shut that down. And yeah, you're right, TSM going for that top control, and this right here is going to be huge on the round.
Got a Mirror facing directly at them, so Achieve now dropping into the bathroom upstairs and sludge his way out into Hall of Fame. Just to make sure he's got an exit. A Nitro Cell comes flying through. It'll only graze him momentarily. Only one member in theater, but he got another one for the defenders on Team Liquid at the top of the theater stairs as well. Jarvis could take that engagement. He's repelled out on the window. Lion Charge will go out, holding the defenders in place. Now Merc pushes up the 90 hallway just as he did last time. SexyCake, though, lands the shot onto Bolo from the top of the theater stairs. Merc, though, in the flick will trade him back out. Lots of shots ring out through the soft walls, but no connections as of yet. But there goes Palu. The Jaeger gone, the Mira gone, and now this is looking really good here for TSM, having a 2-man advantage. They clear out the roam. They have the top control. It's time to wreak havoc on the anchors.
Yeah, it's unfortunate for Bolo. Notice how he entered through Aquarium, and he was going for a push on luggage while Merc pushed through 90. Jarvis on top of the white stairs window. Just all around great teamwork from TSM. They only have a minute left on the clock, and Team Liquid, they're not going to make a push now. So TSM has to make the first move. Are they going to win this?
Moringa throwing a smoke in, popping the mirrors now, and Jarvis was holding him off from main lobby and courtyard. There's a little member off site here for Team Liquid, and it looks like it is Moringa over on the far side. He's the roaming smoke right now inside of office, looking to go for a flank. He'll be held in place momentarily again by the EOD, but Ness will shut down Pojo as he tries to push in for the plant. Detecting now on the kitchen rotate with no mirror window. The sledging above him will push him out, but Achieve can't collect the kill once again. Still have a member inside of Sunrise in 30 seconds. The frag grenade caught by the ADS as Merc pushes in. It's crunch time now for TSM spotting, but Ness through the floor in the clutch, taking down Achieved. Down to the 2v3 for Merc and Jarvis being locked in a box now, but on the flank now, Jarvis will take down Ness. Down to the 2v2. Diffuser recollected by Merc now, and he's going to be going for the plant, but they have the Echo drones. Oh no! PSK is going to be able to stop this once. Puts the drone on the ground. Moringa firing into the walls. The pings come out. Merc has to plant into the overtime. Jarvis has to be perfect coverage inside of bathroom. He gets the first one onto Moringa. The plant goes down, and TSM into the overtime.
Just happened.